What up everyone, it's Brandon Sav back with another video. And before I start, I just want to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I've been getting a lot of love lately and my channel is really growing and I appreciate that. So before I start this video, I want to make sure you guys are up to date. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to my other previous tutorials regarding custom Instagram collages. So we're going to take these collages a step up. We're actually going to add video to the collages and I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. And of course, we're going to make sure that all these pictures connect and that they're all cohesive. That's the most important part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So if you saw my other two tutorials, you saw that I actually initially made the image size 3240 by 3240, but then I actually mentioned that most users don't make it that size because if you post 9 images at one time, you may get unfollowed. But scratch that. We're actually going to do that today. So make your image 3240 by 3240, keep your resolution at 72 and press OK. So the next step is actually head to the top, go to view, new guide layouts, and then follow these steps. You're going to make your columns 3, make sure that nothing is in gutter, and then actually keep the rows at 3 as well. So columns at 3 and rows at 3, and make sure there's nothing in gutter. So I apologize to my new subscribers or new viewers. This part is going to be a little bit repetitive. So if you guys haven't already, please check out my how to make custom collages video, and it will explain to you how I am actually organizing these photos and just the order that I'm putting them in, and it explains the layers and everything else like that. So that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be repeating the steps that I explained in that video. So pause this video and go check that one out. So as I mentioned in those other videos, it's very important to just make a folder full of photos. I would say 50 to 75 photos that you are interested in using. That way you can just reference the folder and keep throwing these images into Photoshop. So all these techniques that I'm actually using are explained in other videos. So for example, this ripped texture that you keep seeing, I explained that in my ripped paper effect video. So you guys can definitely watch those. I would suggest that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new techniques, and check out my old videos as well. It'll help you throughout this video. So pause this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos. They're really short. You guys will learn a lot and have fun doing it. So do that and check back to this video. So you guys aren't missing anything. I'm literally just trying to fill up this whole collage, and it does take a while. But notice how we made these guide layouts, and usually I would say keep everything within each picture, but in this case do it the opposite. Try to make your pictures overlap to sort of make one big collage. You can see I made a lot of progress. So I'm making my photos sort of overlap that blue line, the blue margin line, to sort of make everything cohesive. This is how you sort of make your images connect and make it look like one big photo. So just make sure you're passing the lines and not worried about staying constricted within that box. And also, you guys can send me any photos or tag me in photos on Instagram to show me that you guys are using these effects. And it just shows me that they're useful, and it just motivates me to keep going. So I'm actually organizing my photos now. I have to leave space for the video, so I'm just trying to find the right placements for everything. This is the most important part. So I noticed that I wanted to make some photos look like a vintage magazine. So one way to do that is to go to filter, noise, add some noise to give it a grungy look, or a dope effect rather. Now once you have that effect set up, now you just want to find a placement. Once again, like I mentioned before, this is the most important part. You got to make sure that your images flow and make sense. And what I mean by that is just that Make sure that the images fit where they're going. You can use it to your own discretion. It is your collage at the end of the day, but in my opinion, I just like to sort of focus on where each image fits. Okay, so I have the gist of where I want these photos to go. Now it's time for me to export these photos. But before I do that, I actually made a background color, and I'm just gonna have to delete those just to make sure that the image background is transparent for the space that we're gonna put the videos in. And to further explain this, if you have a background on your image, the video cannot play through. So I'm actually gonna try to explain this better. If you guys don't understand it right now, I'll show you in the example when I start to play the video behind these photos. You guys will get a gist of what I'm talking about. So in order to actually export these photos, you guys need to select the slice tool, and then at the top, select slice from guides. What this does is actually separates each photo in the collage. So once you're done with that, I want you to go to File, Export, Save for Web, and then you're gonna get this window that's prompting you to save. Just hurry up and save it as a PNG, and you're all set. All right, so this is the midpoint of the video. If you guys made it this far, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I don't want you guys to miss any more content. All right, so the next part of this video is actually gonna be a part two, or it's gonna be kind of tricky rather. You guys gotta make sure you guys have Adobe Premiere. I recommend Adobe Premiere because it correlates with all the other Adobe programs. That way you can save your Photoshop file and just drag it into the program. This makes it so much easier. So I have my file open here. I'm gonna open up Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna start a new project. We're just gonna name it anything. I'm gonna name it Instagram Collage or just Instagram. And we're just gonna go from there. So one of the main things you need is obviously your collage that you just made and the video that you want to play behind it. I put these two files in a folder, but I'm actually going to upload one by one. So first I'm going to upload the collage. So now that I have the collage imported, it's time to drag it into the sequence. So once you drag it in, just make sure you put it at a decent time. I put mine about 4 to 5 seconds. That's not enough, but I'll adjust it once I upload the video. So I'm actually getting the video file from my phone, and it's gonna be the same process. Once that's uploaded, drag that also into the sequence, but make sure that it's below the layer that you have your collage in. Your collage should sit at the top. So once I drag the collage to the top, you guys notice that the video is now behind the collage. The video is behind the collage, but I still see some black areas. So I definitely have to readjust the video. And by doing that, all I have to do is just double tap once all the other layers are locked, and you can adjust it to any size that you want. And I actually adjusted it a bit too big, and I didn't want to scale the video like that. So what I went ahead and did was I actually re-edited the collage in Photoshop and added a few pictures, well, one picture to go in between this Playboy Cardi picture and this Ian Connor picture. So I'm actually satisfied on the way this collage really turned out. So now that I'm satisfied, I have to export it. So I'll go to File, Export, Media. Then I'll keep the settings the same. Usually it should say Match Source, High Bitrate. I select that, and I'll keep everything else the same and just hit Export. Usually when it's exporting, it should take 5 to 6 minutes depending on your computer, But after that, you're done. I appreciate everybody for watching this video. Make sure you guys go hit that like button, watch all my other videos, and subscribe to the channel. I got way more content coming out, and I don't want you to miss it. So subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video. Until next time, guys. Thank you. Peace.